8mm shell was busted right in my face on a mission one time. Got one, then the next volley it was right at the same place. They had me dead. I was lead crew, and everybody bombed on me, just their bombs on mine. But the Germans knew this, so they were shooting at me, And they generally didn't get that close, but man, did they ever get close that fast. And they were just peppering our airplane. It was bucking pretty good, and all I could see was fire. I couldn't see the smoke out of the shell. And when we got back, I took a look at that airplane. We had a lot of damage, and one of my crew was injured pretty badly. His leg shot off. You could stand back and see holes all over that airplane except right around the cockpit.
Wow.
There's a circle there with no holes.
Wow.
So, I don't know. It might have been my mother, it might have been somebody. There was an intercessor, wasn't there? Yeah. I've always thought so.
Awful, huh?
This one shell, it was a defective. It's supposed to break up in flat deals about that big around, about 1 inch square, But this whole side of a shell was defective. It was about that wide and about that long. It didn't break up. And it come through the side of the airplane about 4 or 5 foot in front of me and down a little bit. It come through the side of the airplane, through an ammunition belt, 50 caliber ammunition belt, and through Linder's leg. It looked like it had been pounded with a sledgehammer, pounded in two. And through another ammunition belt and out the side of the airplane on the other side, almost level across it.
So was he your co-pilot?
Went across there like there was nothing there.
How did that, did they make his leg better? Was that your co-pilot that got hit?
No, it was a navigator. It was a warrant officer that had just been with us a little while. And he was there we had a piece, what they call a black box of navigation equipment, bombing equipment, And it was a radio tap deal. He was there to operate that.
Yeah.
And he was not replaced. He was replaced on the crew.
Was he hurt pretty bad in that?
Oh, there was just about that much muscle hanging on the back of his leg, and the rest of it was, the bone was shattered, and it was all gone, A place that wide, there wasn't anything. Just like you took a sledgehammer and pounded it in two.
Oh, man.
And, of course, anybody that gets hit at high altitude and cold, terrible cold, is going to get sick. And you have to worry about them drowning in their own vomit.
Yeah.
And of course they need warmth or they go into shock.
Right.
And they need 100% oxygen because it's so high. There's not much oxygen. So you have to have somebody there that takes care of them. And I gave that job to the bombardier. I giving him instructions on what to do. And it didn't help that my command pilot was sitting there. These were older people and with rank who were supposed to command the formation, see. And he started jumping up and down and grabbed the wheel and said, we're hit, you know. He went off his rocker, panic. And I restored, I had to get him off the wheel. I restored and knocked him off of the controls, you know. Finally, and I looked, as I turned around and looked back, my master sergeant engineer had come down out of the top turret. He grabbed a fire extinguisher and he was killed. He was ready to brain him. And I shook my head. He was just ready to kill him. But he's endangering the whole crew and the whole formation.
Yeah.
And then he settled back. He realized he'd done wrong, and he sat back there and just drew in a cocoon and never said a word. And I felt sorry for him.
The guy that went panic?
Yeah, he was a major. But anyway, I think that I had somebody looking out for me.
Yeah, I would say so.
I have always thought that. Don't have any, I never could come up with a better explanation. So it's just almost impossible to have that many holes in the airplane and then have that big an area with none, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when I busted right in our face. But that's the difference. I had a 19-year-old bombardier. He just cool as a cucumber. And I had about a 35 or 40-year-old major command pilot. He's the one that panicked.
Yeah, that's true. Was he the one
18 years old.
that had the fire extinguisher that was gonna? Was he the one that was gonna hit him over the?
No, that was my crew chief.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what was it? The headman, the one in charge of the airplane for me. I forget what we called him now. I could look it up. He was a master sergeant and ran the top turret, Martin gun turret, 50 calibers. Those twin 50s was right, almost the muzzles was almost over my head, just back of my head a little bit. And that son of a gun, when we got over the channel, you know, they'd want to warm up